On in. Good afternoon, YouTube. Hi, everybody. So I am coming to you guys live. I had posted on my Facebook yesterday, letting everybody know that starting today, I was going to start doing a coaching hour every day. I didn't set a specific time because you know how life goes, and so I don't know exactly what time would work best for me. So I decided to just go ahead and hop on here now. So I'm actually live on my coaching page on Facebook, and I'm also live on YouTube. So hello to both of you guys. If everybody can do me a favor and share the videos or share the links, because especially on my Facebook page or my Coach Chaun page, because a lot of people are not used to me going live over here. I'm going to go on to my Facebook and share it as well onto my page. Um, while I'm doing that. But the purpose of me doing these videos or going live for an hour each day is because I know that right now everybody is either sheltering in, they're staying at home, and they may be dealing with some things because of this current situation or just in general. And so a way for me to be able to give back was I wanted to do a coaching hour. So this is a platform for anybody who may be wanting to utilize me and my coaching and my advising services. This is an open platform to do so. Obviously, there's no way for you to be anonymous per se. So, but as long as you don't feel, if you feel comfortable speaking in front of an audience, then this is definitely an opportunity for you to do so. So if you have questions for me, if you have a situation that you're currently going through that you want my advice on, or just anything or something else that somebody else in the comments may have something to say. Hello, Monica. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Shalita over here on YouTube. Hi, guys. Definitely go ahead and feel free to write or type whatever your questions or comments or concerns are in the respective chats, and I will make sure that I address as many of you guys as I can within this hour. Hi, Trisha. How are you? And don't be afraid. You can put anything in here. Hi, Cassandra. How are you? Hi, Natasha. Hi, guys. But I'm going onto my Facebook now so I can go ahead and share this onto my main page. My people over here on Facebook, if you guys could do me a huge favor and share this, because a lot of people may not be using Coach Chaun page as opposed to my just regular Chaun page. So do me a favor and share that. And while you guys are doing that, or while you guys are going ahead and answering whatever questions that you may have that you want me to address, then I will go ahead and share this while I'm waiting for you guys to put any information in there. How is everybody coping? Let's start there. How is everybody coping with, having to be sheltered in, not being able to stay, having to stay in, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, it doesn't let me post on my personal page. So I'll have to share it after the fact. So yeah, so you guys sharing for me would be great because I can't even share it onto my Chaun page. Monica said, I must say today has been the sorest birthday over this current. Oh, so it's your birthday? Happy birthday. Well, understand this. I know this is not the ideal situation, but keep in mind, you're blessed to be able to see another birthday. So what I like to do is I like to try to change people's focus and change their mindset. Rather than focusing on the negative and what you could have been doing or what you would have been doing, look at it like this. You're here to see another birthday because there's a lot of people that have been affected by the coronavirus that are no longer with us. B, if you have any family or friends around you, celebrate it with the people that are around you. Three, you can utilize your social media. So I'm sure that people have been acknowledging your birthday. So make sure that you accept that. So just try to change your focus. I think a lot of times we get so focused in on what we don't have or what negative things that we have going on, and just kind of reshape your focus and reshape your mindset. And you'll find that a lot of the things that used to bother you at one point in time won't bother you as much. So it's a mindset thing. And when you start to shift that, and when you start to be able to look at it differently, it'll make a huge thing. And see, it's wishing you a happy birthday. So there you go. Over here on YouTube, Priscilla said, hi, and how does one start to move on after being with someone for 23 years? So first of all, I'm sorry to hear that your relationship has ended. That's never easy. I don't care if it's 23 years, 2 months, 3 months, 3 years, 5 years. A breakup is not easy no matter what. some of the things that you can start to do in order to move on, because I know that it's difficult, is first of all, I always tell people to purge. And what I mean by that is when you are walking away from a relationship, I know you have, especially after 23 years, you probably have cards, emails, text messages, pictures, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the first thing to do is try to cleanse the area around you of that individual. As much as you don't want to let them go, you have to start to let them go in order to be able to move on. Okay, so that's one thing. And I'm talking to anybody that may be dealing with a breakup at this time. So definitely purge. Another thing that you can do, that you, when you're trying to move on from a relationship, because sometimes what we tend to do is when we go through a breakup, whether we initiated it or not, we tend to start, once we get past the anger and the sadness and things like that, all those memories or all those negative emotions starts to get replaced with all the positive things about that person. And that's what causes us to miss them. As much as we may know that the relationship is not good for us, or as much as we may know that we shouldn't be in that situation any longer, our mindset starts to go back to those positive things and those positive memories. So what you may want to do in the midst of your purge, keep one or two things: email, text message, phone conversation, voicemail, anything that reminds you of the reason why this person was not the best fit for you. Keep those so that when you start to go down memory lane and you start to smile again and you start to be like, oh, I miss them and I need them and I want them, refocus on that made you be like, okay, yeah, this is not what's up. Like, this person is not for me. I can't be with them. Keep one or two of those reminders to be like, okay, as much as this may hurt and as much as I miss them, maybe this again is still the best decision. So that's something else. Another thing to do when you're trying to move on from a relationship and it's difficult is start to reintroduce yourself back into society. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when we get into relationships, we get tunnel vision. And all we do is we focus on our partners, our mates, our spouses, and we start to let outside relationships slip. So our friendships start to suffer a little bit. Our relationships with our parents start to, with our family start to suffer a little bit. Start reintroducing yourself back into your everyday life or to your social circles that you once had. Go out with that friend you used to go out with once every month or so. Reconnect with some of your siblings that maybe you haven't hung out with for a while. Start to try to or reestablish a new normal for yourself, because your normal, especially for you, Priscilla, for the last 23 years, your normal has been that person more than likely. And so you have to start reestablishing a new normal. So it's those little things that you can start to do. Pick up a hobby. If you're good at arts and crafts or you're good at whatever, focus on something that you have a talent in and start doing that, because the more that you can start to occupy your time, the less amount of time you're going to be spending on thinking about that other person and what that relationship once was, etc. So those are just some tips that I can give you just within this platform. Obviously, I work closer with individuals who are my actual clients on how to, get past relationships and things like that. But those are some things that you can definitely do in order to try to get past a breakup, because they're never easy, and I understand. But I wish you luck, Priscilla, and I wish that your heart heals, and I hope that one day you find someone else to be with. That's what your desire is. Okay? Let me check over here on Facebook to see if I missed any questions over here. Natasha says she's enjoying her time with her family. Yes, I think a lot of people now, they're starting to get back into that family dynamic, that board game, conversations, watching movies together, all those things. Take advantage of that, because once we get back to our norm, quote unquote, and we're back into the working 9 to 5 or whatever that looks like, and the kids are back in school and all these things, we're going to look back and probably miss it. As much as we think it's difficult right now, once we get back to the normal, we're going to miss it. And so take advantage of it now while you can. Okay. Let me see over here on YouTube. Shalita said, I started working from home months ago, so I'm okay with being home. Good, good. I'm glad that this is okay for you. I know in my job, I was able to work from home 2 days out of the week. So having to transition to full-time work from home, I was perfectly fine with it. I was like, actually, yes. If you would like to make this the normal even after this passes, I'm okay with it. I give you the thumbs up. So Kimberly says she's attempting to do dip nails. Let me know how that goes. Post a picture in the VOE group so I can see how that goes. Just make sure you don't re-dip, okay? Sanitation, hygiene. Just, take your powder out, dip on this round, and then throw that powder out. You don't want to double dip, just like with food, okay? Just, all right, make sure you do that.
Can I read the comment?
You sure can.
So I'm doing a watch party on my page, and I don't know if you can see the watch party.
I cannot. So yeah, for those that are listening, Candy's in the background. She's doing a watch party on her page, and I can't see her comments over there. So please, if you have people asking questions or want me to answer something, please let me know.
It's not a question, but Evie said, "Thank you so much for the live."
Okay, you are welcome, Evie. Thank you so much for watching. I like for the people who are watching this on Candy's page, if you guys have questions for me, again, let me reiterate for those that are coming in late. What I decided to do starting today is I'm going to be going live on as many of my platforms as I can. Today I am on Facebook and YouTube. I'm gonna try to see if I can incorporate my Instagram page as well. I'm gonna have to charge my iPad up, and I want to try to see if I can go live on there as well. But the purpose of these lives, I'm going to do them every day for an hour, where I'm going to do live coaching, where if individuals need my services or they want to work with me, they want to bounce ideas off of me, take advantage of my coaching and my advising services, then you'll be able to do that in this platform. So thank you so much for those who have joined and watched. Make sure you share this, because I recently just had a new client today, which I was so grateful to have, that was actually referred to me by her niece, which I thought was amazing. So just because you may not necessarily think that you need this, or this hour is not beneficial for you, there could be somebody on your timeline that may be in need of somebody to talk to, or maybe in the need of advice and things like that. So definitely share this as well. So Rhonda Washington on YouTube said it's about to drive me insane because I have my grandson and he wants to go out and play, but there's no other children or out playing, so he's not happy about that. Well, you have to become his friends. So you have to now become whatever your physical abilities allow you to do. You have to now become his playmate. So I don't know what that looks like, whether that's helping him ride a bike. I don't know how old your grandson is. But whatever that looks like, you have to now become his playmate. So definitely take advantage of that. So I know that there are some neighborhoods, I've heard stories of people saying that in their respective neighborhoods, they've been doing social distancing games for the kids in the neighborhood. So, they have like kids like drawing on the sidewalk with, well, not here in Illinois because it's snowing, but they have kids drawing like pictures with sidewalk chalk, and the kids go around the neighborhood and they go to each particular house. They kind of jump houses and either add to the picture what the other kids drew. So that's been kind of good. Some neighborhoods are doing scavenger hunts for the kids in the neighborhood. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you guys may have to start to get very creative and try to keep your children as entertained as you can, because I know it's difficult. Let me see. Priscilla, you're very welcome. She says that she appreciates my advice. You're very welcome. And I hope that in some of those things that I gave you do help. Okay. So I know it's not easy. He's 9. Okay, so yeah, nine is hard because he's old enough now where he's like, look, I need some other guys to play with. But do the best that you can. And I know it's hard, and also open up that dialogue with him. I think sometimes us as adults, we look at kids and we automatically think that we know what they want, or we think that we know what will make them happy. Just actually come out and ask him and just say, I know this is hard. What do you want to do? What can I do that's fun for you? Like, have an open dialogue, and he may say, Grandma, this is what I want to do, or this may be something that you guys can do together. So don't be afraid to actually just ask him what may make him a little bit more entertained. Let me see over here on Facebook. Yes, Sasha, it's snowing here in Illinois. It's ridiculous. Like, it's been snowing for like the last hour or so, if not more. It's crazy. Let me see. Hold on. Sorry about my hand. Janice said, my question is, how do you make a relationship work when the person you are dating is totally different from you? Well, Janet, differences are good. I don't know about you, but I think it would be quite boring if I was in a relationship with a person that was exactly like me. I really do. Like, we're usually attracted to people that has differences than us, because it's something that's outside of our normal. But one of the big things to do is when you're in a relationship with somebody that's different from you have to do self-inventory to try to figure out, okay, are those differences so great that they're not compatible? Because there's a difference between somebody just being different from you, but you guys are still compatible, as opposed to somebody that is so different and you guys are just not compatible at all. Because then it drills down to, okay, is it because you guys' overall morals don't match up? Do your overall goals don't match up? Is it that your beliefs don't match up? Like, usually when it's a situation where a person is so different that you guys can't coexist or you can't make a relationship work, it's because at the core, you guys' true selves are not compatible, and that's okay. Different doesn't mean wrong. Like, just because a person doesn't believe, you should put the bread in the refrigerator, and you believe it should go in the pantry, like, that's not wrong. Like, everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, but you have to figure out, is it so substantial to the point where you guys are just not compatible? And I think that's the big thing. It's very hard when a person is different and you love them and care about them so much that it can be hard to walk away because of the fact that you love and you care for them. But we also have to understand, and I've had to do this with a lot of clients in the past, is they're fine, they're fine. My kids in the background. Hey, we okay. We all at home. Okay, I'm working from home, so you might hear my babies in the background. That just is what it is. But what was I getting ready to say? We have to. Sometimes it's difficult for us to categorize people accurately in our lives. One of the biggest things that you'll find is that in your life, if you have a situation where you're trying to plug somebody in a category that they're not supposed to be in your life, it's not going to ever go well. Like, if a person is just supposed to be your friend, but you're constantly trying to put them in a relationship category, it's not going to work out because that's not where that person belongs, or vice versa. If you have a person in a friendship category, but you guys are actually, vibing, and you guys are actually feeling one another, and you're trying to keep them in that friend category, but you guys keep bumping heads or what have you, it's because they're probably supposed to be in a different category. So you have to figure that out too. So a lot of times when it comes to relationships and trying to figure out whether or not a person is supposed to be with you or around you in some capacity, you have to do a lot of self-assessment first. Figure out what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, and then how does that person fit with what you need and you desire. Always understand that you are the initial person that you have to keep into consideration. So figure you out first, and then you can decide whether or not that individual that you're in a relationship with either meets what you need, what you want, and your deal breakers. I actually did a video about this. I think like last year sometime, and I did a video on my Facebook page where I was like, when you're trying to figure out whether somebody is supposed to be with you, you have to make a list of three things. What do you need? And then what are your deal breakers? And then once you know what that is within yourself, then you can figure out, okay, now that I have my list, how many of these things is this person checking off out of my want, need, and deal breaker list? And sometimes that makes it a lot more plain to you whether or not that person is supposed to be with you. Okay. Over here on Candy's watch party, I had a question and or comment. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Keisha said she can't work from home. I'm sorry. I'm out of town, might not to get to home. Okay, Bing said, what should you do if you have to beg your mate for a hug? He feels that if you want a hug, take one. Okay. So what you need to do, especially in relationships, is you have to make sure that you guys understand what one another's love languages are. So from this one comment, it seems to me that potentially or possibly, I don't know for sure, possibly being it looks like that your love language might be physical touch. And so you have to figure out whether or not your mate understands that about you. I think so many times we don't have the conversations that we need to have with our partners and our mates because we feel like they should automatically already know. Or we feel like, oh, if they love me, they should pay attention to me and they should know what I want. No, 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 no. Like, your partner and your mate, don't put that responsibility on them. Okay. Your partner and your mate is too busy trying to figure out what makes them tick. Okay. And trying to make sure they got all their plates spinning in their life and all that. Okay. You have to be willing to open up your mouth and say what it is that you want and or need. And you doing that is not an indication of them not loving you, and it's not an indication of them not caring about you. It's just a matter of we're all people and we're all very much different. And so you have to make sure that if you are looking for a hug, don't get frustrated from a place of irritance or come from a place of annoyance. Just say, baby, I understand that you feel like I should just come to you, but it makes me feel good when you just come to me and you just hug me. Like that makes me feel good. I feel safe in your arms. I enjoy being close to you. When you bring things to somebody and you make it more understandable or more tangible to them to make them be like, oh, like I didn't know it was that deep. Like I just thought you wanted a hug. But if you put words to that and make them understand, then sometimes people are more apt to do those things because they know how much it means to you. And also, I don't know if you know what your partner's love language is, because just like you're wanting a hug, there may be things that he needs or he wants that you may not necessarily be doing, and you may be unaware. So you guys may need to sit down and have a conversation to be like, what does it mean to be loved? Like, what is how does a person show you that they love you? Like, what does it mean for you? And have that conversation. I'm telling you, so many things, so many problems, etc., can be resolved if people just talk. Like, have for real conversations, easy conversations, difficult conversations, funny conversations, future conversations. Like when we talk to one another, so many things can be ironed out and hashed out that we just feel like that we don't because we just don't talk. Like so much can come for that. So try that, then try going to your mate and just letting him know what it means to you to have a hug. Like what does that mean for you? So that he fully understands. Okay. Let me check Candy's watch parties to see if there's anything else here. Okay, you sure? Mhm. Okay. Bending said facts. Yeah. So I mean, just be willing to talk and just be like, it's not just a hug for me. Like, and maybe then he'll understand. Okay. Let me see. Rhonda, you're welcome. Rhonda on YouTube said thank you. You are very welcome. Let me check back on Facebook to see if there's anything else that I missed. Um, I'm fine with the snow. It's irritating, but it is what it is.
You should show.
It's been beautiful in Washington. Oh, jealous. Misty said I was supposed to go to my little sister's memorial service today, but due to the COVID-19 virus, it has been canceled and the establishment has been closed. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Candy and I were talking earlier about that and just thinking about when we're so consumed about how this is impacting us, we don't stop to think about the wide scope that this is affecting, like weddings, newborn babies, people having children right now, people losing loved ones and funeral services. Like when you start to think about how this is really truly affecting people, like it's mind boggling. So I'm so sorry to hear that, Missy. I hope that, somehow or maybe afterwards your family can do another memorial service somehow. Because I know that hurts, especially when you want to put that closure or be able to say or whatever it is. So my heart goes out to you, but just hold on to the memories of your little sister and just know that none of it is your fault, because sometimes people can start to internalize that and make it feel like they did something wrong and you didn't. I mean, it's outside of your control. So I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me see. Hey, Patricia, see the hey girl, hey. Let me see. Kimberly said you almost jumped off the bed. You must have jerked your phone or something. She said you almost jumped off the bed. That's what Kimberly said. Lynette said communication is the key. It
like
is.
My phone moved?
Yeah, probably, or something. I don't know, girl. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Communication is but that shouldn't affect you because I don't know how it's doing. It's weird. But communication is super, super important. Communication can do a lot of things and can solve a lot of issues. YouTube people, I'm sorry, I'm readjusting because you guys are sitting on my lap because I have my laptop open. That's only stream on YouTube because I haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, so they won't let me stream from my phone. So make sure you guys share. Make sure you turn on your notifications and hit the subscribe button. Let me see. Oh, Kimberly said when the kids started moving. Oh no, girl. That's why
she was
said,
able to see, they could see me?
No, they can't see you, but she reacted off of what I told you. But I said, no, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Like,
I jumped up. I jumped up.
Let me see. I don't have any more questions or comments over on YouTube. Any other questions or comments or burning questions or anything that anybody is dealing with that you may want my advice or my coaching on, please let me know. Put that in the comments. While I'm waiting to see if you guys have anything else, because we don't need the full hour. I won't take won't take up more of you guys' time. But in the midst of me doing that, if you guys are interested in working with me, I am accepting new clients. Interested in working with me, you can either send me a private message on Facebook, or the best thing to do is to send me an email to my email address, which is coachchaunjohnson@gmail.com. When you inbox me or you email me, I will let you know what it is to work with me. Okay. Hi, Rosie. I will let you know what it is to work with me. In addition to that, in the month of March, I am giving away free coaching sessions. So free 30-minute coaching sessions via phone or video. So if you're wanting to take advantage of one of those options as well throughout the month of March, make sure you send me an email because slots are filling up. So if you want to try to get into one of those slots before the end of the month, then definitely do so. Just send me an email again to coachchaunjohnson@gmail.com. What I'll do is I'll make sure I update the descriptions on both these videos on Facebook and YouTube with all of my information regarding contacting me if you're interested in coaching services, because I would be happy to assist you. Okay. Priscilla said you read my mind. About what, Priscilla? Let me see. I'm checking Candy's watch party. Shayna said I'm the opposite. I have to let people know hugs can be too much for me at times, and that's okay. Everybody's personal space and everybody's comfort level is different, and it doesn't make anybody wrong over the other. Okay. Keisha, it really has. She said it's affected the whole entire world. It really has. She said you try not to be stressed about it, but it can be very draining. It can be. It can be. Oh, how to get my services. Well, you're welcome. There you go. So just send me an email on coachshawnjohnson@gmail.com. Or like I said, I'm going to update the descriptions on both of these videos once I'm done so that you can always contact me that way as well if you're interested in my services.
What advice would you give to the person who is getting anxious about money or resources or maybe a loan? Do you have any words that you can give to that person?
Sure. So you guys may not have heard Kim because I know she's in the background. But do I have any words of advice or encouragement to the person that may be starting to feel anxious or concerned or stressed financially going through this? So my thoughts to those individuals who have been affected by the COVID-19, and either your job has closed, you've been laid off, you're temporarily laid off until your business reopens or what have you. There are a lot of services and a lot of things that are opening up now, especially work from home opportunities. So the first thing I would suggest is to try to log in to see which companies or which facilities are looking for work from home employees. Because oddly enough, despite the fact that people being laid off, there are companies who are switching to work from home, and those opportunities are still there. They're actually the same opportunities that were there before this, but of course they're probably more prevalent now because the ability to work from home would be amazing for a lot of people right now. So that's the first thing. Secondly, feel what you're feeling. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, suck it up or do that. Feel what you're feeling, but don't get stuck in it. So I understand some people are anxious, they're stressed, they're concerned, they're worried, all those things. Feel that emotion, get through it, and then kick yourself into action. Contact your creditors. A lot of companies, I can't tell you the countless emails that I've gotten from various creditors, utility companies, card note companies, insurance companies. Like, everybody's like, hey, we're here if you need us, because they know they're running into a situation where this is affecting a lot of people financially. Reach out to your creditor, say, hey, what are you doing for individuals right now that are in this situation? Because as bleak as you may think that it is, it may not be as bleak, because a lot of companies and things are taken into consideration and actually being a lot more understanding than you may think that they are. So try to call, make some arrangements, figure out what they're doing to assist those individuals that are being affected by this. So that's the second thing. So if you notice, everything that I'm telling you are action items. What you can't do is crawl up in the corner and cry and then just spaz out about it, because you have to kick yourself into action. Another thing is, this is a prime opportunity to, if you have any kind of skills or anything that you do that may be beneficial to other people at this time, as crazy as this may sound, this might be an opportunity to start that business that you thought that maybe you couldn't, especially if it's something that's beneficial to people right now. Think about all the people that are using delivery services right now. Think about all the people that are doing things via social media now. Like, look at what I'm doing right now. I am bringing my coaching services to, I don't know how many people that this is going to reach, but I'm bringing this to people's homes because they're in need of that. Physical trainers are doing things online right now. People like myself are doing things online now. Pastors are doing things online right now. Think of it. Think about something that you may be able to bring to somebody else that's going through a situation like this that may be beneficial. If educator. Think about doing something with a YouTube channel. Like one of our kids' teachers is a music teacher and she started a YouTube channel. Our kids absolutely loved it. Like they tune in and they wait for her videos. And think about something like that. It may not be immediate revenue, but think about the exposure that she's going to now get outside of just being within their classroom because of the fact that she's now using a platform and technology that's out there. So I would just really urge people to start thinking outside of the box. It's not all about that 9 to 5 or getting up and going in your car or getting on the bus or doing whatever, trying to go to a place of employment because there's a lot of things that you can still do, even in this climate, and still be able to generate revenue. So just start thinking outside of the box. You said I definitely got those emails. Oh yeah, girl, and they gonna keep going. Vending said you're so helpful. Thank you. I will take advantage of the coaching slide. Please do. Please do. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to give back in a way because I know there's a lot of people that are dealing with situations right now and that they may not be able to cope. They may not have somebody to talk to, etc. And so I am making myself available. So definitely take advantage of, especially the complimentary site that I'm offering for the remainder of the month. And then obviously, if you're wanting to utilize me after that, then we can talk about that as well. Let me see. What else do I have? Lynette. Lynette, what do you say? Elaborate so well to the. Oh, thank you. She said you elaborate so well to the question. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Misty. Okay. So yeah, so I think I covered everything. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this daily until I don't know. I may just do it indefinitely. I don't know yet. I don't have an ending date as of right now.